Yes, make sure you log on to doggiediamondstv.com. Doggiediamondstv.com is my official website. Make sure you log on there. Log on doggiediamondstv.com. That is my official website. On there, you will find my merch. You will find ways to get in contact with me. You can leave me a voice message. Everything is on there. And make sure at the bottom of the page, you put your email in there so you could be a part of these email blasts. And have you heard about my $200 social media promotion deal? If you didn't, let me give you some details really, really quick. First and foremost, the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV accounts. That's the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the threads, the Facebook, and the Twitter accounts. I can provide whenever you need promotion. It's for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can put your products in front of hundreds of thousands of people with a single post. Just contact me at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. At Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Let's go. Yes. So as you come in the room, don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes. And hit the like button. I need them likes up. I need them likes up there. As many people as in the room, I need them likes. And as I go through my daily regular shout outs, let's get them likes up. GAV, what's up? Bernadette Bernie, how you doing? Rashonda Greer, what's up? Shy Northside is in the building. Payday 39 is in the building. I guess everybody might be watching that Knick game right now. I ain't watching it. Kelly Mills is in the building to hold the moderation down. Yes. Let's get them likes up. I'm here. I'm feeling good. Got to get them likes up. Where's my watch? I walked 3 miles today and I don't even know where my watch is at. G-Man, what's up? Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes, it was on beat. It was off beat. Whatever. I found the button again that I lost one day. Oh, the Knicks winning? All right, cool. Let's leave it there. That's all I need to know. Fish Out of Water series, what's up? Yeah. Coach Kandaka's in the building. Yeah, she don't get fined. Shout out to her. Jonathan Duran, too. By the way, Coach Kandaka got some dope promo that she does. Follow her on Instagram. She does some great strategy for any of you artists, any brand, any brand management. She definitely could provide that for you. So make sure you go to her Instagram page at Coach Kandaka, spelled just like that. And she could give you some dope ideas. I caught crazy lessons from her too. Yeah, I'm here. What I'm going to say tonight might bother some people, but as you know, I don't care. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be
the voice of reason.
I'm here to say what people be scared to say. What's not cool to say. What's not popular to say. But we're going to be truthful. We're going to be open. We're going to be honest. Because there's a lot of people playing in our face. There's a lot of people playing with us. And they are more of a problem than they are asset to us. Depending on who you consider yourself to be, whether you consider yourself to be one of us. Some people consider themselves to be one of us. Some people don't. But you know who us is when I say us. How's everybody doing? First, I want to give y'all a little backstory. So you'd be like, I want y'all to be, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what's going on? So what I want to do really quick is show y'all what I'm talking about so y'all don't feel lost. I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about so y'all don't feel lost. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. What the hell did I do wrong? Oh, picking up the wrong thing. So, this is from Hot New Hip Hop. And for some reason, a lot of these platforms give people like academics and Adam 22 and Poetic Flacco and these individuals They give them like their word means something in our culture and our community. Now we know for us, they word don't really mean nothing when it comes to street stuff or even the perception of street stuff because they not street guys. And not that I'm professing to be, but I'm damn sure more qualified to talk about stuff than them. So this right here says DJ Academics analyzes Young Thug's comment to Kid Cudi testifying against Diddy. So academics try to justify a bunch of stuff, but of course I'm not going to justify nothing because there's nothing to be justified. And I'm just going to go to the end where it says fans across social media would debate if Kid Cudi's testimony affects his status. Cudi has never portrayed himself a gangster, therefore many believe the street rules don't apply to him. Others don't share the same sentiment. Many claim if you testify against someone, you are considered a rat. Kid Cudi has not responded to Young Thug's tweet. He did speak to fans after testifying, thanking them for support. Kid Cudi testified in week 2 of Diddy's trial, making a grand entrance. The rap star rounded a 2012 incident in which his Porsche 911 exploded in his driveway. Cudi confirmed the car was destroyed by a Molotov cocktail, corroborating allegations made by Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Cudi recalled that Combs denied involvement at the time but later apologized years after the incident. He also described a separate occasion where Combs entered his home uninvited, which he found disturbing. However, under cross-examination, Cudi admitted he had no direct evidence tying to Combs. So that's one piece that I want y'all to see. And then I want y'all to see another piece where we get into why I'm saying what I'm saying about Young Thug. So during all of this was going on, when we found out that Kid Cudi was going to testify, this is what Young Thug said about Kid Cudi. Young Thug labels Kid Cudi a rat for testifying in Diddy trial, which Young Thug called out Kid Cudi for testifying in Sean Diddy Combs' trafficking and racketeering trial on Thursday, May 22nd, and labeled the Cleveland rapper a rat on X. Thugger quickly deleted the polarizing message, but the toothpaste was already out of the tube. What kind of slang is that? That ain't my slang. That's from Billboard. The toothpaste was out the tube? I don't think I'm going to use that one for nothing. They could keep that. They could have that. Damn, Cudi a rat, Thug wrote before taking the post down minutes later. Billboard has reached out to Cudi's rep for comment. Thugger has been locked up for more than 2 years while fighting for his freedom as part of the YSL RICO trial. He eventually reached a plea deal on October 31st of 2024. So what I want to talk about tonight, and this is not going to be favorable, that mentality that he has, that many people have on YouTube, that sentiment that a lot of people have, that mentality is what's plaguing many of our people. And I'm starting to realize, and I'm starting to wonder, who considers themselves to be our people? It's mad light in here too. I got that light over there. What the hell? Who considers themselves to be our people? Because when we look at ourselves as a collective and as a whole, that mentality, that thought is what's holding us back from peace, harmony, and having good communities, because nobody wants to be labeled anything, especially when somebody has the masses, which are asses, and the influence to call somebody something, and other people will follow. Kid Cudi's not a street guy. Kid Cudi is a victim. He's a victim. He's not acting in concert with anybody. He's not an accomplice to anybody in any criminal trial. And we have Young Thug, who is supposed to act like he's matured. He spent 2 years in prison, that he's changed, and he got his freedom, And some of the conditions of his freedom is that he's a changed individual and he's not partaking in shit. But then you calling somebody a rat and then you deleting it. Don't post and delete nothing. Stand on what you stand on. The authorities are there for a reason. The authorities is there for a reason. Laws are there for a reason. All that is there for a reason. And without the authorities and without the law, then we will have the Wild Wild West. Who is supposed to be protected from the people who do people wrong? How do we protect those people? So somebody can blow up your car, allegedly break into your crib, and how do you get them back? Do you go take vigilante justice? Do you go pick up something and do something that you never done and get back to them, get back at them? It doesn't make any sense. But this is the mentality where we got the poetic Flacos, we got women on certain platforms talking about paperwork and all this shit like that. Yo, that gotta stop. A lot of people are not a part of that life. And the vernacular and the language is being used so freely and so loosely that we having regular people talking about who's a snitch and who's a rat. When if you are a civilian, you can't be any of those things. If you are a victim, how could you be a snitch or a rat when you're the one that got victimized? And you're not in the streets. You're not partaking in any criminal activity, and you've been a victim of a crime, and you're supposed to just hold it and not say nothing. So it's just really stupid now. And the conversation is just running out of control because now we got people who are not qualified to speak about it, speaking about it. Academics ain't qualified to talk about nothing street. Neither is poetic. None of them are qualified. I don't even consider myself to be qualified about a lot of street stuff because I ain't in the streets no more. I don't care about it. Don't care about it. Don't care about none of that street shit. None of that shit matters anymore. I'm a whole grown-ass man with responsibility that I got responsibility to myself, my family. That's it. What's going on out there with ignorant, bum-ass, degenerate-minded people, young-minded dudes, don't have nothing to do with me. I'm not perpetuating a mentality. I don't want to talk the language. I don't want the vernacular. I don't even like people around me who are pieces of shit. I don't want nobody around me who like the backdoor rob people, who sneak thief people life. I don't even feel the same about Annie Up no more. I don't even want to be around none of that. I don't want to be around none of that no more because that's a mentality that you have based off your conditions, based off your educational level, and based off of what society thought you had to be. Made you think you had to be. Once you grow and mature, you get out of all of that. Once people in the world need you, you grow out of that. That's what manhood is all about. You cannot think the same way as a grown-ass man as you thought as an adolescent. That's why they have different tiers, the prison systems. They have adolescents, they have adults, they have juveniles. So if you're a grown-ass man, and you're an adult, how you still thinking like a juvenile? And then the problem is that we always got an excuse for wrongdoing, and then ain't no such thing as an excuse because you're going to be punished. So when I like to look at myself, I like to look at all the shit I've been through in life. There's no excuse for my behaviors. That's why I don't make excuses. That's why I don't do dumb shit. But we have people who celebrate failure. We celebrate criminality. We celebrate complete pieces of shit in our society. People who have harmed, hurt, and made it where people are psychologically damaged from their actions and they get celebrated. And the shit is corny. Like free thug for what? This is his mentality, calling somebody a rat because they was a victim. But nobody will say, why did he do that shit? Damn, you blew up his car over a chick. What happened to calling somebody a simp and a lame? That was justified actions in doing that. So the kid who made Day and Night is supposed to pick up a pistol and go get busy. And then when he go get busy, first thing people say is he's stupid. He should have paid somebody. He should have put money on somebody's head. All this stupid nigga shit, yo, I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of that. I don't watch a lot of people platform because all they know is black ignorance. Y'all ain't tired of that shit yet? And then you got these unqualified pussy dudes who's talking and they keeping it going and they gain a platform and they get all this following and they not even qualified. They're going to be the first person to tell. But it's easy to say, this person is this person is that. What you going to do if you in that situation? They going to tell. Most of these dudes going to tell. Most of these dudes going to tell. But how do we progress? How do we progress unless we eradicate this mentality from us? How do we progress? There's no progression in nigga shit. There's no progression. There's no progression in that. And that's what I talk against. That's what when my cousin Tad is on here. This is what we talk about. There's no progression in using excuses for our degeneracy. PA Me Enterprise. Did you not see where I read that Diddy apologized for his actions to him? But it ain't about whether Diddy is guilty or innocent. If a dude testify, he testify. That's what he do. Ain't no rats and none of that shit. They not together. They didn't go do something together. And it's like, yo, Diddy, they caught us. Come from under the bed. Diddy, they caught us. You could come out the closet now. What's a that's somebody who told. We go do something together. You got away. They caught me. Who was with you? Yo, he was with me. He was the mastermind. And I'll tell everything on him for my freedom. That's somebody who told. Somebody who was down with it. And then when they got, they told. But you know who else be like that too? The same people who sit on YouTube that y'all love, who was in the whip with people, and the minute they get kicked out the whip, they want to expose the industry now. But they don't tell you how they was there and how they partook in a lot of shit. Now I want to tell everything. Why? Because you can't go no more? It's the same shit. They be accomplices, but that's entertaining. That's entertaining. But a lot of people never been in the streets. A lot of people don't have any people they love. A lot of people don't have nobody behind them that they want to have a future for. Because y'all niggas is selfish. Y'all don't care about the kids. Everybody, the kids, the baby. Y'all don't care nothing about the kids. Y'all don't care about the kids, because if you cared about the kids, you would change your behavior as an individual, as a collective, in which you around, because you do not want the children to see you like that. It's not a good look for them to see that and to grow up and think that's okay. But you got grown ass men with numerous children, numerous grandchildren, with numerous nieces, nephews, adopted children on here acting like asses day in and day out, and your own children can't even watch you because you an asshole. But the first thing you say, the community, the kids. Y'all don't care about no kids. Y'all don't. Y'all just care about money. Y'all just care about getting to the money. And there's anything that you got to do to get to the money, that's what you're going to do. Even if it means act like an ass. Because y'all only get rewarded for bad behavior. You only get rewarded for oppressing your people. You only get rewarded for acting stupid. If you're intelligent in any way, there is no reward in intelligence. There is no reward in being intelligent. There is no reward. There is no reward for being logical. There is no reward for being able to speak, to be articulate and say, yo, we tired of this, that, and the third. Everybody look, oh, you boozy now. Oh, you this. There's no reward in that. It's only reward in assholes. That's why most of these dudes you see act stupid. And they got the highest numbers. Because they act dumb. But you're always talking about, yeah, the kids. What kids? Kids can't listen to you. Could children listen to you right now? If you're on YouTube right now, could the children listen to you? Because I got plenty of shows that I did where people showed me they watching it with their babies. So I keep that in mind sometimes. I try not to use profanity or try not to say certain things because the children might be watching me. That's why I'm not on here sexual. That's not I'm on here gang banged out and all of that. All that's corny to me. All that's corny. I never joined none of that stuff. All that always been corny to me. But that's what you feel like you got to do. You do that. See, I go in any environment. I don't adapt to the environment. The environment got to adapt to me. I don't go in no room and whatever's going on, I'm going to do that because everybody else is doing that. Any room I go to, that room got to come to me. I go in that room, everybody could be in there getting their nose dirty. That mean I'm going to do it too. Everybody in there baby oiling each other. That mean I'm going to do it too. So anytime you went somewhere and your neighborhood was doing something and you did something because the neighborhood was doing it, what else the neighborhood doing and you started doing it too? I don't adapt to what nobody doing. I be a lone wolf always. I don't care what y'all doing. That's what y'all niggas doing? That's y'all. But it's the kids, man, the kids. You don't care about no kids. Y'all be doing that shit for photo ops. Y'all don't care about no kids. Because if you did, we get sent mixed messages at children. Something happened, tell the teacher. As soon as your brother do something, stop being a tattletale. So which one is it? Do I tell when something is happening to me or do I stay quiet? And then look, here we go. Where we going around people and it's like, yo, he a tattletale. So you labeled a child a snitch. Nobody want to be a tattletale. Nobody want to be a tattletale. So do you tell? So then we start taking situations that we're uncomfortable with. We start taking situations where we're being harmed and we don't say nothing because we don't want to tell. We don't want to be tattletales. Or we have somebody older than us manipulating us, telling us, yo, if you tell, they're going to take you away. If you tell. This whole society is based on not telling something. We be the keeper of secrets and foul shit. And then if you tell, oh, you're this. But he ain't that for doing it. They not that for doing that. So everybody get to get away with everything and nobody better not say nothing. We just got to take any oppression, anything that happened to us, and you can't say nothing. But nobody say, yo, why you did that? That's foul. Why you doing that? But he told. But somebody every day is quick to sit on social media and tell somebody what they should and shouldn't be doing, how they should live their life, or how you should get views, how you got to do. All you got to do now is the most famous thing that a lot of black men say to other men. Yo, all you got to do now. What you mean? What all I got to do? That ain't all I got to do. Stop being a tattletale. Your brother's in the bathroom mixing damn toothpaste and Pine Sol. and you come in the room and say, he in there mixing toothpaste and pine sol, you a tattletale. But when he get caught and he get his ass beat, you gonna get your ass beat too, because you let him do it. So what was you supposed to do? See, this is what happens. It starts with the mind of a child. When your siblings do something, everybody gets a beating, right? But if you tell that your sibling is doing something they ain't got no business doing, stop being a little tattletale. You see how you get confused from young? See how you get confused? So when is the optimum time to tell? If you tell too much, you a tattletale. If you don't tell and it happen, I'm beating your ass. So what are you supposed to do? See how you get confused from young? It starts from your loved ones. It starts from your parents, your grandparents. When are you supposed to tell when somebody's doing wrong? Now, if you in there and you mixing stuff too, you can't come say, oh, he was in there doing it, because you was doing it too. You was doing it too. But nobody wants to be a tattletale. Now you got these square bitch niggas talking about paperwork. I promise you, I was sitting on YouTube, and there was these females in battle rap that got their little platform. They were talking about, did the paperwork, I seen the paper. Like, yo, that's just a new buzzword in our community, paperwork. And you know what's the deepest thing? If they was really street, you know what the street rules really was? If you label somebody a snitch or a rat, did you know that it was your duty to go do something about it? Did you know that? Did you know if you said, yo, that nigga snitched, it was your duty to go do something about it? Because you couldn't put something on somebody unless you had proof or unless you was willing to do something to them. You can't just be throwing that shit around loosely. Oh, he this, so why don't you go do something? Be telling me. You gossiping. He told on. So why you don't do something to him? You just gossiping. But everybody had to free Thug. Thug need to be free. Why? Because he was a good rapper? It had nothing to do with him being a good person. Nobody said, yo, free him so he could get back to his family. Free him so he paid his debt to society. It was free him for what? So he could come out and start narratives about who's a rat and who's a snitch. And that's what we wanted him free for. This is why he had to be free. Look, you can't blame him. See, you're an idiot. Wow, you proved to be an idiot the other day. You can't blame him for saying he's a grown-ass man. You can't blame a child for being a child because their brain is not developed. When you a grown-ass man with a full developed brain, who are you to blame then? This is what you said. You can't blame him for saying it because of what he just went through with his own trail. You can't spell. He's still in that mindset of who telling and who not. So who do you blame in this situation? See how y'all be giving dudes outs? See how you be giving dudes passes? So when does the behavior stop? He's still stuck in the mid set. Okay, I'm not talking to you no more because you can't spell. So I can't really speak to people who can't spell. You can't spell juvenile words. So I know what mid set you're in. We always make an excuse. Nah, man, that's because of such and such. Nah, he's like that because of such and such. Always looking to trauma bond. Always looking to give an excuse for stupidity and ignorance. Typing fast, now you get to type slow. Hold on. If you come back 24 hours from now, then you just a loser because that's 2 days in a row. You got 24 hours. If you come back later, you just a glutton for punishment because I 24 hour you every time. But look, this is the type of men that we got to deal with. Making excuses for grown-ass men who's been detrimental to our society, detrimental to our neighborhoods, detrimental to our... He probably got that mindset because grown-ass man speaking for another grown man. So who could we hold accountable then? That's why when I say shit like accountability, people be like, I don't want to hear nothing about accountability. So who could we hold accountable? So we all could just do what we want. I could just walk in your house and just go in your refrigerator, take a piss in your refrigerator and take some food out. But we was yelling, free him. For what? So he could put on more dresses and say who's a rat and who's a snitch and all that shit? Still with that mentality? That means he did not learn his lesson. Doug didn't say anything wrong. That's just trying to make snitching normal when the police ain't never did anything good for the black community. What does the black community... So, all right, so I'm glad you said that. Because this is the mentality that a lot of y'all have. What does the police have to do with the black community? It was a particular... And where's this black community that you speak of? Are you from the same community as Thug? Are you from the same community that I am? The black community is just a monolith. It's the same rules in every community. Every community has the same rules. He didn't say nothing wrong. He trying to make snitching normal. So he told on somebody because he was a victim. So he's not supposed to tell? Okay. Because I like what y'all saying. Because I know sometimes y'all be operating on slow gases. So let me show you. Kid Cudi testified in week 2 of Diddy trial, making a grand entrance. The rap star routed a 2012 incident in which his Porsche 911 exploded in his driveway. Kid Cudi confirmed that his car was destroyed by a Molotov cocktail, corroborating allegations made by Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Right? Cudi recalled that Combs denied involvement at the time, but later apologized years after the incident. I'll get you up out of here. I'm not even worried about you. Hold on. Look at you get, look how you get hit at the same time. You see that? Pow! Look at you. Gone. In real time. In real time. Cudi recalled that Combs denied involvement at the time, but later apologized years after the incident. I know we see what we want to see, hear what we want to hear. You don't believe. You don't get paid for what you believe. You do know that, right? Woo. So, he didn't need to testify. He lied. Didn't I tell y'all before? I told y'all months ago. In the end, they're going to make Diddy a hero. I told y'all that before. In the end. I documented it. I said it before. In the end, watch. Watch. Because people who wasn't there that don't know parties involved is saying Kid Cudi is lying and all this shit. Like, what are y'all even talking about? What are y'all even talking about? What are y'all even talking about? Now, Diddy is a freak. Now, if you somebody, let me tell you some real shit. Tupac, deceased. Biggie, deceased. Young kids. Suge Knight, in prison. Diddy in prison. The funny shit is that out of everybody, Diddy was probably the most gangster. Because he was moving that bag around and making that bag do what he do, but then out there professing love for the people. Love, brother, love. Just making shit happen. Just making shit happen. Just really think about that. Because it's easy to say I love everybody. And you think he about love, making that bag do what it do. And this is only the first week or two of the trial. More is coming. Free Diddy, they tried to railroad him. Goodness gracious. The problem is this, man. They're going to make him a hero because they're going to say he's innocent. Look, you got people in the chat that say free him. It's people who type that every time. They're going to make him a hero, trust me. You know why? Because we got a lot of low vibrating, non-critical thinking ass people who don't pay attention to what's really going on. Okay, let me address you and then get it up out of here. If he blew up his car, why didn't he make a complaint against Diddy back then? We heard about it years ago. You do know that, right, though? We heard about that years ago. That ain't new. About what happened to his car. That ain't new. And we say, where's the crime? One of the crimes was he told Cassie's mother to give him 20 racks or he gonna release the tape. You know what that's called? That's called extortion. That's how you get RICO charges. Cassie's mother said, which I read, but I know y'all don't pay attention to a lot of shit because you're too busy looking at people who not qualified to talk. I actually read that Cassie's mother said that she took out equity on her house to pay him $20,000 that she paid him that he later returned. It's called extortion. Give me $20,000 or I'm going to release this tape I got of her. Y'all didn't hear about, you didn't hear about that though. You didn't hear about Cassie's mother testimony. It's not about if she said it, that means it is true. It's about a jury of his peers and what they think. It's about, without any concrete proof, it's called hearsay. So if it's got money transaction or giving them $20,000, are you out of your... Anyway, all right. Listen, who cares with the mother? She's on her daughter's team. Woo! I don't know about tonight, but y'all ain't got to agree. Listen, I'm going to be real with you. Y'all don't have to agree with me. Right? K. Hayes said it. The lawyers did not cross-examine Cassie's mother. They did not. His lawyers. They did not cross-examine Cassie's mother. His lawyers. I'm glad y'all are in court. I'm glad y'all are lawyers. I'm glad y'all stenographers. I'm glad y'all in the jury. I'm glad. I'm glad. But, the emails is there. She not going to say nothing. She can't prove it. They not going to put her on the stand. But that's besides the point. The point of tonight is this. And I want to drive this point home before we start getting into the particulars of Diddy case, because that's neither here nor there tonight. What's here or there tonight is us having the mentality of what's a snitch and what's a rat, and always talking about who's a snitch and who's a rat in our community, when that mentality is what got us fucked up in the first place. If you're not acting in concert with somebody, if you're not a criminal, if you're not doing something to get lesser charges and telling on some shit that don't got nothing to do with you, how could a civilian be a snitch or a rat? A civilian? A civilian. Y'all the type that'll call your own mother a rat. You're the type that your mother be a victim of something and you tell your mother don't tell nobody, don't say nothing. But I know for a fact that you're just playing that on the internet because it's cool to say and do. In the real world, you're going to be a whole different person because it's times where you don't have no wins. And a lot of dudes run their mouth. Because in the end, they know the law is on their side. And when they get too crazy, when they get too much to digest, then they're going to call the law or dry snitch or, yeah, I got beef for such and such. You could keep going back into why he's in jail or none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Are we talking about us always talking about who's a snitch and a rat? And that has always been street business. That has always been street business. That's not for civilians. And again, look, even Shine said, like somebody said in the chat, Shine said Diddy told on him. Empire 770, I guess so. You know, everybody's a lawyer. He got subpoenaed. He could have pled the fifth. He didn't have to say nothing. Shout out to Graf, Mano, and everybody. I seen a picture with Adam 22 in the hood with dudes. Adam 22 is the same dude who said he would wear wire on Big U. He said that. But then he in the hood with niggas. He said that. Look it up. You got these podcast guys. You got these podcasters, the podcast guests. Every day, They sit there, solve crimes. They talk about criminality. They talk about spinning the block. They talk about all this shit. And then when you perpetuate the behaviors that they push you into via peer pressure, they sit back and laugh when you get locked up. All this shit is a joke. But how does this help any of us? I want to know. How does this help any of us? Because everybody talk about the black community. I don't see none of y'all out there policing shit. I don't see you out there telling dudes they can't hustle. I don't see you out there saying, yo, get that gang shit out of here. I don't see you out there talking about, yo, why y'all out here smoking in front of the elders? I don't see, yo, don't laugh at my cup either. I got this cup from the movie. It's a Snow White cup. I just thought about that. They put that in the, when I went to see Sinners, they got me this cup. You know, back in the days, you keep your free cups and shit. I'm like, really? I'm like, yo, fuck, I'm taking out a Snow White cup for, but it was free. But how does that help us? Because I don't see none of y'all out there policing nothing. I don't see none of y'all out there doing nothing. I don't see none of y'all out there saying, yo, this can't go on out here. Yo, it's elders walking out here. It's kids walking out here. Why you dumping the blunt guts on the floor? Why you spitting? Why you pissed? Why y'all hoeing out here? I don't see none of y'all doing that. So who's supposed to do that? Where we live, where we from, the black community. If that's all it's known for is crime, despair, corruption, and bullshit, who is out there helping? So who's supposed to do that? Who's supposed to stop that? Who's supposed to make the community safe for the babies? Who's supposed to do that? Some niggas take penitentiary chances. Some niggas gonna go to jail. Some niggas don't learn their lesson. Some niggas don't learn their lesson. And I'm gonna be real with you. Some of us are tired of the bullshit. Some of us are tired of the bullshit. Some of us are tired. Some of us know we all excused out. It's 2025. We could figure out all this shit, but we can't figure out our behavioral problems. We can't figure out how to change our way of thinking. We can't figure that out. We still blaming shit that we know better than, and we educated people. Because again, when it come to anything, people could tell you how to get followers, how to get hits, how to get money. They could tell you everything. But when it comes to erratic behavior, we make excuses. We looking for somebody to blame. Sometimes I did shit because I was being stupid. I'm the blame. I always blame myself. If I got taken advantage of, motherfucker got me. Just, yo, I always blame myself. But that's because, so that's because. Always an excuse. We don't even make up a big population in this country. So how we got the population of fucking idiots? And every time you see something with us, it's always degeneracy and it's celebrated. You got to be a thug. As a black man, you got to be a thug, gang member, or clown, or scammer, or junkie to gain a following. And if you're a woman, you got to be a thot, a damn prostitute, a baddie, or a chick who want to whip everybody ass to get any attention. So we don't have no regular people. We don't have no dudes who just get up, work out, go to work every day, take care of their children. We don't have, none of that exists. None of that exists. We don't have none of that. We don't have no women that get their ass up, take care of their children, take care of their family, go to work, come home, even if she a stay-at-home mom, whatever. We don't have none of that. It's either you got to fit into one of these categories. We got to fit in one of those categories. I'm glad you said that. What's your name? Nicole 80. We need our men to lead. That's a show that you ain't ready for, Nicole. That's a show you ain't ready for. That's a show you're not ready for. Because it's very hard for the men to lead when most of these men are acting like bitches. Most of these men always feel a way about another man because he didn't like a post. Because he didn't download his song. And how could a woman want a man to lead if you can't even hold women accountable? Some women don't take accountability. See, law student Callie said it at the same time. That bad bitch mentality, I didn't give you that. You give me one man who say, damn, man, I love them long lashes. I love them lashes. Damn, man, I'm feeling your wig. Damn, man, I love when wifey on the gram twerking. Damn, I love when she on there getting tipsy and playing in her hair and singing records and showing her ass for everybody. I love that. I don't know no men who think like that. See, y'all reward the scammers, the degenerates, the dudes who calling people snitches, who y'all reward that, the gang dudes, the dudes with tattoos all over their face that ain't never going to be able to get a job nowhere besides being a piece of shit. Y'all reward all that. Yeah, that bonnet. Ooh, you see my shorty bonnet? Yo, when my shorty come out in them pajama pants and Crocs and get on the train, yo, that's what's up. Yo, my shorty rolled the shit out of a blunt. See how she roll? So it is men who want to lead. But you can't lead when the bad behavior is getting rewarded. Just like some of you ladies feel like, damn, these dudes don't even want a lady no more. They want a thot. So you'll be a dental assistant with a BBL on vacation. So it's a bunch of degenerate behavior that gets rewarded. Why are you talking down on gangsters? You ain't no gangster. You can fuck up out of here. Why are you talking down on gangsters? I never even said nothing about gangsters. So what are you talking about? Yo, if you're not going to be grown, if you're not going to be mature, I ain't the person you need to watch. I'm just going to be real with you. Go Go watch those who gonna perpetuate behaviors that's gonna keep you in the same place. I ain't that guy. I ain't that guy. Seriously, I ain't that guy. If you can't be mature, if you can't get out your way for the livelihood of your family, your community, I ain't that guy you need to talk to or listen to. Because I don't agree with you, your lifestyle, your way of thinking, and none of that. I don't agree. That's not for me. And it ain't even for y'all. Y'all just playing it for the internet. Some of y'all are real geeks. All right, I'm back. It happens from time to time. You know how they do me. You know, you can't talk about nothing real. So you just got to just deal with how they deal with you. You got to deal with what's going to go on. So what I was saying prior to what happened, if you're from that, if you lived through that, if you lost loved ones to the prison system, to the morgue, if some of your friends are in a wheelchair, if some of your friends are permanently scarred, permanently maimed, mentally, physically, if you watch mothers cry, if you buried your best friends, you ain't tired of none of that shit? At what age do you get tired? At what age do you say, yo, man, something got to change? At what age do you say, yo, I was a part of the problem? When does the language change? When does the mentality change? Because our parents didn't have it as good as we had it, and neither did their parents. So we don't got it good. We not on YouTube. You got dudes bragging about making millions of dollars. You got dudes bragging I made $200,000 in a month. I got this, I got that. So why are we still stupid if everybody getting money and everybody's living better and everybody know everything? Why are we still stupid? We got access to all this information. We got access to books. We got access right in our hands. We walking around with thousands of dollars worth of devices in our hands, smartphones and dumb niggas. Make that make sense. That's why when people ask me, yo, how you do this? I ain't telling you. Do your research. I'm not your research. I'm not your research. Go to who you hold in high regard. Go ask them. Don't ask me. I don't know. So you don't get tired of that? You don't get tired of the kids can't go outside and play? We don't even see the kids outside no more because niggas is outside shooting and being stupid. How could the kids go outside and play? You know what it was like as a child going outside and we had to see what we first started seeing crack vials and all of that? Y'all don't get tired of Bozo? Y'all not embarrassed? Y'all don't see, oh, they fighting on Jamaica Ave. Oh, they fighting on Fulton Street. Oh, they fighting on Fordham. Y'all don't be embarrassed by that no more? Y'all think that's cute and cool? World Star, y'all like that? When we depicted as animals and idiots because people don't know how to act and they blame us, you not embarrassed? That's how you know shame is gone. Shame is gone. Nobody's embarrassed by nothing. Everything is okay, fine. As long as you got clout, you got clicks, you got likes, hey, it's all good. Do the most bozo, stupidest shit you could do and get attention. As long as you got attention, it's all good. Y'all not embarrassed by nothing? You not hoping to tell your children, in my day it was like this, but you got this? You don't work hard for your children. You don't work hard for them to have a better life. For people with a poor mentality that want to take your child life, their freedom, their livelihood, or hurt them because they are using ignorance as an excuse to stay ignorant. That's okay with you? You think it's okay to send your child on a school bus and it's a kid in the back of the bus that's spitting on them and doing all types of shit because that's learned behavior because they mother didn't know no better and they mother didn't know no better and they mother didn't know no better. So who learns better? And then you can't punish them because if you send them to jail, free them. And if you kill them, yo, man, they didn't deserve to die. So who deserves what then? What is punishment for bad behavior? But bad behavior is getting rewarded. The more of a derelict you are, the more people like you. The more of a damn thot you are, the more people like you. Look at who's propped up amongst us that gets all the attention, all the money, and all the recognition. It ain't nobody you could be proud of. Ain't nobody you could be proud of. Everything, we have become the faces of degeneracy. We became the faces of degeneracy. All the women, BBL dots. All the dudes is thugs, gangbangers, drug dealers. Just really think about that. Can you listen to music with your children anymore? Because it was a particular time where we could be around our parents and our elders and they could play music. Can you do that anymore? The music is what drove a lot of people. What could you play at the cookout now? That's current. What could you play at the cookout? But y'all is okay with that. Y'all okay with that. Y'all okay with that. We come from nothing. We turned nothing into something. Built a whole country. We built this country. The labor, the inventions. Niggas don't even invent shit no more. Everybody monkey see, monkey do. Nobody innovates. Nobody builds anything. That's what's going on while I'm doing that too. The women want to dress their sons like it's their boyfriend, raising little thugs or little mooks, and that's okay. You raising them to get unalive to go to the prison system. He do this too much. You so worried about what he gonna be, you don't even let him be what he gonna be. Cause you too busy getting high and drunk. The damn devices raise your children. Your daughter know all the shit she ain't supposed to know. So it's like, it's a cycle that we stuck in. And then we watch everybody else get bread, success, and then we got to go to them for help. That's why when we get a couple of us that make it, we want to blame what is Jay-Z doing? Jay-Z don't do nothing for the community. Why don't you try to be the next Jay-Z? Why don't you try to be the next person that's successful? There's other fields that you could be successful in. But everybody want to be a podcaster because you know niggas can't pronounce shit. I do my podcast. That's the new thing now. Then you got men and women want to talk about relationships and don't even know what the fuck a relationship is because you never seen your mother and father together. You don't know what a healthy relationship is because you never saw one. But how are you supposed to know what one is? So we keep using these words. Who's a snitch? Who's a thug? Who's a thot? Who's a gangster? Yeah, I did this and I did that. Everybody in the story was the winner. Nobody ever say, yo, man, he whipped my ass over there. Shit, I took a loss. Everybody is the winner in the story. Everybody gonna tell it from the standpoint. Yeah, man, yo, I'm telling you, man, we went over there, we had that block on luck. Right. Right. Look how these dudes that sit up here, they're from the community, not on my watch and all the stupid shit that they say. Then make them mad. The whole ignorant dude come out of them. The whole what they used to do to people. You don't win today's game off of yesterday's points. Nobody care what you did. Half of y'all can't even walk up a flight of fucking steps. And dudes is, yeah, in my time, I did. Just leaving nothing behind for the generation behind us. And when you're saying, oh, these little dudes don't know how to act. Look how the grown-ass men act. Look how the grown-ups act. Look how the grown-ups act. It's the grown-ass men, 45 and up, on YouTube, acting an ass. And everybody is just jacking it. It's just cool. It's just cool. I'm supposed to be on here every day. I'm supposed to be on here 10 times a day. I'm supposed to document everything I got. I'm supposed to document every purchase. But I don't need to because I don't need validation from strangers. I am who I am. I am what I am. I was what I was since I was a little kid. Since I was a baby, I was born to be great. And that's how I live my life. I don't need validation. I don't need to show you something so you can say something about me to make me feel great. I don't need avatars and screen names and likes and followers to make me feel great. Because that don't make you feel shit. It's temporary. That's why so many of these people are conflicted between their trauma and living, because you can't be a victim and a villain at the same time. I mean, a victor and a victim at the same time. Minute somebody, they do something, they bragging. I did this, I did this, I did that, I did that. The minute niggas don't like my post, niggas just hating. So which one is it? Are you good or you not? You good or you not? So is this whole shit is just stupid, and we just keep having the same conversation and the same dialogue. We don't even know how to do nothing no more. We have the same conversations. The same conversations. It just dominates everything. So if you come and you say something different, you're not in this algorithm. You're not in this space. Nobody want to hear that. I want to talk about this. Maybe that shit just ain't important. Maybe there's other things to talk about. Maybe we need to start changing what we talking about. Because if you got a different mentality, how could you talk about shit that don't fit your mentality? It don't fit how some of us think. You hear what I'm saying? It don't fit. And if you really love the children, then you would be a part of, or start trying to be a part of, making a better world for them, and stop being selfish with your bullshit. You would be responsible for that. You would want to do that. You would want to see a better world for the children. But you don't. You just wanna be popular. You roll the best blunt. You drink somebody under the table. I knock niggas out. I ran to jail. She got a low body count. She got a high body count. She got a fat ass. I curse people out. I'm mean. Nobody don't play with me. I run my hood. Well, like, what does any of that shit mean? What does any of that mean? I'm at the point in my life where I don't hang around non-progressive niggas. That's why y'all don't, I used to be everywhere. I used to pop out in mad places. Now I be like, yo, these niggas been doing the same shit for 30 years. Like, y'all remember that nigga when he had teeth? Nigga ain't even got no teeth. I remember that nigga when he had hair. She out here looking like she just had puppies. Where's the progression? Like, damn, y'all just don't want nothing. Remember when that nigga had teeth? Nigga ain't even got no teeth. Nah. Rent, mortgage, all that shit costs too much to not be in the place that you paying for. You do know that, right? You pay all this money to live somewhere and you ripping and running the streets. That's why I know a lot of these people be homosexuals. A lot of these dudes be homeless. A lot of these dudes be couch surfers and sleeping on people's couch and fronting. Because if you live somewhere and you build a comfortable home and you got a loving family in there and a loving woman, ain't no dude in the street worth going to hang around when you're going to leave your children if you're not going to get no money to bring it back home. So when I be seeing dudes, they popped out and all this, or you left your dime, because you know these dudes only fuck the baddest chicks. You left your dime. You left the baddest chick. You left your children to go outside and hang with men all day and pass reefer to each other and drink and get in rap ciphers and get in shows that's a sausage party, ain't even no women there. And you've been doing that shit since the 90s? But you got your walls do a 360, you got a farm in it. So you left all this greatness to go around degeneracy and despair. Right. Sure. You got because according to everybody, nobody taking the L. Nobody's doing bad, right? Everybody doing good. Niggas getting money. They always calling somebody broke. That's another thing. You broke. Hey, this nigga broke. He broke. He broke. All of those words that is harming us was broke. The nigga got a job. You're shaming dudes for working. That nigga work in a Verizon store. Shaming people for working. You can't even work no more. You a black person with a job, they shame you. Bus driving ass nigga gonna get on my nerves. That nigga got a pension. That nigga got all his teeths. He could go get a checkup. He got all that shit from being a bus driver. Meanwhile, you have nothing. You got bullshit rap dreams. That they ain't even working. But this is where we at. This is the mentality. Nigga broke. You ain't got shit. This bus driver ass nigga, man, y'all was on the train. This dude had on a Amazon suit. Yeah, I'm like, so what's wrong with a nigga having a job? No, I'm just saying. I'm getting to the bag. Another another stupid ass terminology. The bag is underground terminology. You know you got ACH transfer. You know that. Why you keep saying the bag? You don't get a bag. You got ACH transfer. All money is digital now. When the last time some of us even seen cash, currency? Everything is digital. What are you talking about? Getting to the bag. I got the bag. More stupid nigga talk. That's just get put in the atmosphere and we just keep going with it. That's why all these people, the first thing they do, you know how they make the most money off us? They sell it. All of them sell us liquor. All of them have became millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires off of getting us drunk. And what's the first thing we do when we get drunk? Act a fucking fool. Whether it's Don Julio, because we always got the new liquor at the time. Don Julio, Casamigos, all that shit. It's to get us inebriated, have us wilding the fuck out. Bad behavior. That's the problem. And we just keep it going. And we pass it down. Everybody, I need a vacation. A vacation for what? You don't do shit. Fuck you vacating from? Chicks get their nails done to be around the way. My nail tech and all this shit. You going to fucking men. Shit is just bugged out. And I just be sitting there like, okay. Whatever. I just stay away from all that shit. I need my seafood. It's funny how seafood was considered poor people food. Considered poor people food. Then they flipped it, and anything that we took and made it tolerable because that's all we had, they flipped it and made it a delicacy and raised the prices, and we the biggest consumer of that. You know, you could go some places and go to the damn river and catch crabs, right? This shit is for free. South Carolina. We used to go crabbing. You know I love my seafood. You eat pork? Nah. But you eat seafood. You eat bottom feeders, but you don't eat pork. And that's all that shit that we keep going. And when you speak against it, you speak with logic, you a hater, you're angry, you're bitter, all the shit that they want to call you. But it's a such thing as being tired of nigger shit. That's not black people shit. That's niggers. You have to separate yourself from that. Some of us work hard to not be that. Some of us come from that. How could we be that when we got all this information, all of these devices at our disposal to be greater people for the future, for your children, for his children, for her children, for my children? But all we passing on is fucked up music, fucked up TV shows, twerking, gangsterism, tattooing your face. I be seeing niggas with tattoos on their legs. My nigga, you got a tattoo on your thigh? I be seeing niggas with their legs tattooed. Your legs? A man? So the nigga had to shave the hair off your legs to tattoo your legs? What the hell is going on? But they try to blur the lines. And then we become the face of everything degenerate. Nah, not me. You got this? Nah, I don't got that. You do this? Nah, I don't do that. People looking at you like, how you don't do this? Because I don't. That ain't what we about. That's not where I come from. That's not how I was raised. I wasn't raised to be no derelict. You think I'm going to sit down on the table and let some man tattoo my leg? You a man with tattoos on your legs. And you a man with tattoos on your legs. Just really think about that. What you gonna look at a nigga and say, what your legs say? Nah, this my kids. Now this right here is the ace of spades. This one right here on your legs. Men with tattoos on their legs. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. But it used to be a particular time where us, men who were raised by men who, prior, Tim Mack, I appreciate you, prior to falling victim to drugs getting put in our community. See, that's why I never became a custody, because I watched what it did to us. So if I did it, one supposed to say, my father got high. When, all I'm saying to y'all is this. When do we break cycles? People think breaking generational curses is getting money. I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. I'm going to be the first one that got money in my family. But you don't want to say, I'm going to be the first one who conquered my family's mental health problems due to conditions and trauma. We never say that. We never say that. The biggest generational curse is our mentality. You curse based off of the way you think. You curse by the way you react. You curse by the way you carry yourself. Those are curses. We never say that. How you doing, Rashida? We never say that. We think, I'm going to be the first one to get money. You could get money and still be out your goddamn mind. We watching it every day. We see it every day. Just because somebody getting to the bag and getting money, that don't mean, what did that mean? What does that mean? If your mental health ain't correct. We're supposed to be healing from generational trauma that's passed down. The mentality. You was a gangster. Because your father was a gangster. Because your grandfather's a gangster. Your uncle's is gangster. And you want to go in the army? You want to be a police? Just really think about that. Just really think about that. He does not deserve to be locked up for calling Kid Cuss a rat because it's facts. Okay. So let me explain something to you, Buck Preacher. I've never seen you here before, so you're new here. We have etiquette here, right? Number one, you got to learn how to spell, because if his name is Kid Cuss to you. Number two, grammar and punctuation is something you learn in like third grade. At least fourth, you're going to learn how to write cursive. So when you say he does not deserve to be locked up for calling Kid Cuss a rat because it's facts, nowhere is a comma, a period, or capitalization of a word. So I expect you to have a certain mentality based off your education, how you just wrote. So of course you would think that. Of course you would think that, based off your educational level. And you're the people that I'm talking about. You're the excuse that everybody would use, but a third grader knows better than to type like that in a public forum. There's no capitalization. There's no period. There's no punctuation. A third grader. So if it's people like you who are in the neighborhoods and the communities, this is why we're in the situation we're in. So I appreciate you for coming through and being a prime example of what it is that I be talking about. Because you will publicly come out in public and type like that and thinking you're saying something profound. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yo, man, let me get up out of here. I got things to do. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Yeah, I think it is. All right, y'all, I got to go. I appreciate y'all. Again, this is not about agreeing with me, but this is about my opinion. This is why it's my channel. This is why I can say what I want to say, how I want to say it, and I can. This is what we're supposed to do. Everybody running that way and crashing into the wall, I'm going to go that way. I live vicariously through others. I don't follow fools. I don't follow foolish behaviors. I don't follow stupid shit. I don't think it's cute, cool, none of that. I don't follow trends. I don't follow trends. What I'm saying to y'all is that we come from that. We come from oppression. We come from that. If you really, really, really lived it, if you really saw it, you tired of it more than anything. You want to go to the store. You go to the store. They shooting at the store like, damn, I can't even go to the store. Can't even get no Chinese food. What's the favorite thing we say? I just spoke to him yesterday. Now he dead. I just spoke to him. I just saw him. I mean, if y'all not tired of it, then it could keep going. It's gonna keep going. But when you get tired of it and you want to make a difference and you say, yo, man, all that shit corny. All right, that shit corny now. We off that. We did that when we was 17, 18. We grown ass men now. Just really think about that. When we gonna start doing age appropriate shit? And another thing I want to say this too. I want to say my generation used music to get off the streets. The studio, the turntables, the equipment saved a lot of our lives. Saved a lot of our lives. The studio, the turntables, the equipment, the samplers saved a lot of our lives. And these kids got access to all of that. We had to work hard to get studio equipment. We had to do all types of shit. We was happy to be in the studio. Now they got all of that shit at their disposal and wasting it to show that they're more street than they are talented. Shit don't make no sense. When I first got on my pair of Technique 1200s turntables, when it was $1,000 a turntable, see, that's because these kids get to download crack programs. That shit wasn't like that. That's why I still buy hardware. That shit meant a lot. You spent your money. You invested in yourself. Shit saved a lot of our lives because we was in the studio. We was making celebration music. We was happy. Now, they can't wait to go outside and do some dumb shit to rap about it. It don't make no sense no more. That's why I don't listen to niggas. Be like, yo, you don't know? I don't listen to that shit. But I look like listening to that. I'm a grown ass man. I love being an adult. I love adulting. It's fun. I have no excuse for being I'm not a young man. I can't do little boy shit. I have no excuse. I should know better. When do we know better? That's all I'm asking y'all tonight. When do we know better? When do we learn our lessons? When do we know better? If Young Thug is still talking about who's a rat and who's a snitch and all that shit, why was niggas yell free him if he still got that mentality? He's still out here singing and spewing some of the same shit that got us in the predicaments that we in now. Yo, I holla. Till next time. Peace.